Welcome to my channel, where I read the actual words from a 1920s newspaper. In the 20s, it was all about the automobile. First, it started with the invention of the wheel and progressed to the automobiles of the 20s. First came the carts, then the Conestoga wagons, and the buggies. The old-fashioned streetcar. The age of steam. And finally, the automobile. With more and more drivers on the road in the 20s, there were a lot of accidents. If you stay tuned to the end of this video, you'll see a movie short showing how to drive and what not to do, and it has plenty of staged accidents. In making of my videos, I read the actual words in the paper, but I enhance the stories with photos and video clips that may not be the actual person, place, object, or even the same time period. When I can, I do use the actual picture that's mentioned in the newspaper, like these nice mechanic ladies from 1927. And 1927 is the year of our newspaper today, so let's get started. Presenting the American Weekly, dated May 15th, 1927. Prohibition agents operating in California have for more than a year been on the trail of a bootlegger who, their information indicated, not only was buying, selling, and delivering liquor on his own behalf, but was taking contracts from wholesale bootleggers and transporting their contraband to many points of the state. The man's identity is still a mystery, for he is still leading the agents a chase. But at least one of his clever methods of covering his tracks has been spoiled for him in the capture of one of his delivery trucks, seized the other day in Los Angeles. Cleverly, the camouflage machine might have continued to fool the agents if the driver had not ignored the parking laws. Hours of weightlifting and dumbbell calisthenics are spent in heroic efforts to shrink the waistline and abandon the double chin. Object, a boyish figure, the pursuit of which necessitates strenuous gymnastics like this. The lost Romney paintings found in a skeleton's hand. The bones of the thief who cut the picture from its frame, discovered in a hollow in Kilmainham Castle walls, where he was trapped with his treasure. It was this grim old castle that Patrick McCarthy, a carpenter, was working a year ago, making repairs on the flooring and oak paneling. At one place in the floor had fallen in, and the paneling was cracking away. Pat started the job by tearing away the portion of the heavy paneling. As he tore out a section of the paneling, a sight suddenly met his eyes that almost made his heart stop beating. On the floor of the secret chamber lay a skeleton, its fleshless bones heaped around a roll of canvas. Its bony fingers still clutched the canvas, and the grinning skull thrust his chin over the object as if determined to protect the treasure in death and even beyond. The object proved to be an old, creased, tattered painting that had been cut from its frame. But how did the picture come to be in the secret recess behind the paneling where it was found? After a time, he pieced together the probable history of the picture. Some obscure person familiar with the castle and the value of the picture planned to steal it. In the dead of night, he cut it from its frame in the banqueting hall. He knew there was a secret passageway behind the paneling by which a person could reach a trap door, opening it into the grounds of the castle. He entered the passageway, but he was mistaken as to the way out. The heavy door by which he had entered closed behind him. He could neither go back nor go on. So he passed away, trapped in the castle wall. A dog's life in Paris, provided the dog happens to belong to a member of the moneyed class. Dog hotel, where all day long Poms, Chows, Terriers, and other dogs are subjected to the expert treatment of a large corps of attendants. The pooches are given violet ray treatments, baths, clippings, massages, and other grooming. Several of the patrons have been known to insist that during the stay of their pets at the hotel, they be perfumed to match the odor favored by the owner. Each dog is put in charge of a valet who is responsible for the care of the animal during its residence in the hotel. Beware, my son, beware. Stay away from Peterman's. It has killed your whole family. Peterman's roach food exterminates cockroaches. A twinkling snow-white bathroom, the pride of every housewife. Use BAB-O for your porcelain and enamel. It's magical. There's nothing else like it. Here's a 1927 recipe for Brown Betty. Butter a baking dish. Put in a layer of chopped apples. Sprinkle with sugar mixed with spice and cover with whole wheat breadcrumbs. Repeat until 3 cups of finely chopped tart apples, 3 cups of whole wheat crumbs, and sugar to taste have been used. Cinnamons, cloves, or nutmeg may be used. The last layer should be of the crumbs. Dot generously with butter and sprinkle with the sugar and spice. Cover and bake about 45 minutes in a rather quick oven. Remove the cover and brown quickly. Serve warm with hard sauce. To you, experienced smokers, your patronage has put Camel first among cigarettes. You know good tobacco from their taste and fragrance. You know that Camels are rolled of the choicest Turkish and domestic tobaccos grown. There's only one thing more we could ask. Pass the good news to inexperienced smokers. Help them shorten the search for tobacco enjoyment. Extend them the most friendly, because the most helpful smoke invitation ever spoken. Have a Camel. 750 and upwards. 50 miles per hour. 5 to 25 miles in 8 seconds. 25 miles to the gallon. Chrysler 50. I want to take a moment to thank you for your likes and your comments and for your subscriptions. You help my channel to grow by doing all 3. Thank you very much.